they've had a hand in every score in the last few centuries and whatever. And that back in the heyday of let's see where that goes.
Before Heroes.
Of the Roaring Twenties, bank robbers and the men who ran the banks would line up together at the fountain and offer 10% of their take. And she explained how the guild's influence has waned over the years because supervillainy and organized crime and all that, and people forget the old ways, so they haven't been paying tribute and giving their 10% to the Thieves Guild. And she tells him about the leader,
Odessa Drake. Yep. And it tells her about where she comes from, a family of the thieves that are older than the city. And it's just, she's raised by traditions, and she wants to bring it into a modern age and get the guild going.
She's got some serious ambitions.
This felt like, just the drawing felt very, I was thinking actually, very loose Campbell, but very, Michael Turnery. I like the way her hair is and such. Yeah, just like that picture there.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking Witchblade kind of feeling, and
I get you.
It just feels that, but it's really cool. I like her. They show her taking out enemies. They're saying they're taking out their enemies and collecting depths. We see like some monster being taken out, and then a room of dead people.
Yeah. And Black Cat says, but this time she's gone too far. She wants to send a message to the world and pull off a heist so big everyone has to take note. Like stealing all of our stuff, right. Spider-Man says, and she's like, yeah, exactly. But luckily you've got somebody on the inside, and she reveals to him that she is a member of the Thieves Guild.
In good standing.
In good standing, yeah. So she knows where their loot caches are and stuff like that, and he's like, she again says, it's going to be difficult to get this stuff back, and I'm not going to be able to do it by myself, so will you join me? And he's like, yeah, like I said before, it's a terrible idea, terrible, but then we all got to take chances sometimes, and we cut to a corridor with Mary Jane walking down, or a sidewalk. Mary Jane walking down the sidewalk looking at the flyer. She gets to the address on it, and it's a church, and she's like, okay.
Is that a church tied to Daredevil? St. Joseph Church?
Yeah, I believe it is the Daredevil Church. It may be, yes.
The Daredevil.
Yeah. But she goes in, and, just as she's saying, hello, is anybody there? She gets interrupted by these drones.
Yeah. Warning, unexpected entry registered.
Yeah, and scanning her and everything, and then a voice behind her, no need to be alarmed, miss. We're all friends here, or I assure you we're all friends here. She turns around to see Jarvis, which she knows pretty well. She had just come off a stint of working for Tony Stark for a while, yeah.
Well, Jarvis is kind of guiding her, telling her, like, hey,
right,
welcome, and I've been meaning to tell you about this for a while.
Yeah, and he goes over why he put the group together, which is super cool. He's like, I never thought there'd be like-minded individuals like me. I just needed something to do, and I was glad to find out that there were, and glad to put this together for them and us. And he's like, you don't need to make any decisions, but here you go. Leads her into a room where everybody's identity's like obscured, digitally like blurred. And that's what those AI
like that drones. Black Mirror.
Yeah. That's what those and that's what the drones are there for.
It, but I saw that.
Yeah, that's almost. I imagine it'd be just like that, but except you can hear the people talking, and the drones are there providing that service to blur them, and they were donated by Tony Stark and whatever. And he's like, just sit in. You don't have to make any decisions. Just sit in and listen for a while. Because she's like, I'm not the type to talk about my problems kind of thing. I've got my own outlets and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, you might hear something you like, or find a certain need here or something. I don't know, but maybe not. But if you want to sit in, sit in.
They said that there's some checks and balances in places in case of slip-ups of secrets, because identities is a big deal. Not only do they have their face blurred if they wish to, but Stephen Strange concocted some sort of special potion that releases in a gas that kind of clouds certain kinds of memories, so that if anything does slip, that doesn't come up as real.
Yeah, it kind of blurs the particulars of exactly what they talked about. They know that they went in, they know that, and they still get the same release and whatever from it, but
you don't really remember what the other people are.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing that's really going to put anybody in danger or whatever.
Were you able to figure out who any of these people were?
Is it Foggy?
I mean, he's my friend. Sometimes I see the injuries, the wounds, and I just feel helpless.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Foggy Nelson.
And then there's this distance between us now, but our souls are still intertwined, like brothers. I miss our little adventures together.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
Probably someone.
I don't want to read this one. This one's very John Jones.
She's a daughter, of course. I want to protect her even more than that. I just worry this means I'll never really be able to understand like her father can.
Oh.
Someone's mom.
Of course I get jealous sometimes. I mean, the guy can climb walls.
And it looks like Ned, his friend from Spider-Man Homecoming. A blurred face, but...
These days it's strictly business. I suppose that's for the best.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that would be either. I don't even know why it gets... Oh, yeah. The last one, yeah, he does look like Constantine. So I don't even know why I get so emotional about this. I just delivered their mail.
Yeah, and that's when he reveals that Tony Stark provided the technology. Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp, came up with the name of the group, the Lookups.
The Lookups, yeah.
Yeah, I really dug that. That was cool. That they are considered enough to care for the otherwise. He says that we do this to make sure that we're not causing them more stress, and I like that one because it does stress out the heroes. That's why they don't want to tell people about their identities, except for Barry Allen.
He just tells everyone.
I personally like this angle because this gives hope to that relationship, and I am forever a Peter and Mary Jane shipper, and that's what's up. And no, so this seems like it's a good tool for them to have and a good outlet for her to have, and hopefully it goes to support that relationship. You what?
I'm always gonna be a Gwen supporter.
Yeah, you would be.
Mary Jane's
she's got miles and miles to go before she reaches Mary Jane's caliber.
Oh.
Hee hee hee.
I got nothing.
I have no opinion.
Back with Black Cat and Spider-Man.
You're right, I don't have an opinion on Peter's relationship status, except that Tony Stark's his dad. That's it.
Tony Stark's his dad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just in the movie universe.
Yeah. Of course.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man and Black Cat are on the top uptown.
Way uptown.
Where's way uptown?
At one of the...
It's uptown. That's what it's called.
Away?
Near Harlem?
Yeah. North?
Yeah. North, yeah. Whatchamacallit, they are at one of the guild's loot caches, excuse me.
Pete's inner monologuing, saying like they make a good team. They always did work well. They always watch each other's backs. They have skills that can counter or complement each other.
Right.
They're like just getting through all these traps and missing all these guys easily, right? Like,
yeah.
You see him crawling on the ceiling like a spider. I like that. He's a spider.
He's a spider.
And they get to this vault, right?
Yeah. They, which she doesn't have the strength to open, but he can because spider strength. And they get inside and they find all of the heroes' missing equipment, all the Fantastic Four's ship, all of Tony's armors, everything appears to be...
mask.
Yes. Iron Fist mask, Cap shield, all kinds of crap. And he's like, this is awesome. Nice. He's like, now we got to find a way, a productive way to get it back to them. And Black Cat's like, half. And he's like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, this is our job and I get half of the score. You have no idea how much this stuff is worth on a collector's market, which I could imagine.
Oh, yeah.
He finds his web shooters and he's happy. And he's like, oh, I feel a little naked without these. Which I don't mean in a flirty way.
That's great. I didn't catch that before. That's funny.
So that's when he's like there's got to be some really easy way we can give all this back. And she's like, nah, man. This is a job.
Yeah.
She's been using keywords like heist and are you going to join me in this caper kind of stuff? And she's like, half of it's mine.
Yeah, and he basically kind of has to resolve that. Okay, I guess. He's like, what are you going bad again? She's like, no, if I was going bad again, I'd take it all, so you're welcome.
And he's like, if you think I'm going to let you, and he gets interrupted.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're surrounded by members of the guild and Odessa herself, welcoming Felicia home.
Dun, dun, dun!
To be continued.
Yeah, I'm liking this. I honestly... Wrong storyline, never mind. See, this is where it gets confusing, because I was going... we'll have to talk this out. This part's going to be edited out. Edit this out. My brain just totally put what happened in Spectacular Spider-Man. The whole time I sat there going, where's Craven? Is Craven going to come and shoot somebody save them? Because Craven was showing up in the little stuff in these. That's right. Where my brain is I'm all like,
No, that's the same storyline. It's not happening for some reason.
We're not haven't seen Craven again for a minute.
Yeah, so that's where my confusion right there, where I started there. So I did that part. So,
but yeah, good book. I dug it. They're in quite a pickle.
It's definitely keeping. It's got the humor and it's got an intrigue, and I'm curious where they're gonna go with this because they're in pretty hot water right now.
Yeah, for sure.
They're drowning in depth.
I can only imagine that it'd be, in my opinion, I think we'll see a Gone in 60 Seconds kind of situation where they task Black Cat with stealing something else or something big or something whatever, making her do something against her character before they release Spider-Man or something. I don't know.
Or make him help or something. I don't know.
We'll strike you a deal. The debt will be paid if you do this.
Yeah.
Pull this off because they make a good team. I would see that angle.
Yeah.
So that's still going to make him look sketchy to the Avengers, but still give him. It's going to be a catch-22, and I think he's going to be just left with back to square one again.
That seems about right. That seems like the old Parker look. So. And
then Craven will show up and shoot the Inheritors.
Yeah, no, I'm really eager to see what part Craven's playing in this volume or whatever in this story, because
and then the Centipede guy and what's up with him?
Yeah.
Does he have anything to do with this guild?
There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
a lot of background stuff.
They've got some serious setup.
Yeah,
but at least we'll have stuff to read.
For sure. And Spidey comics have never let me down, so they've kept me intrigued all this time. So I doubt they'll let me down going forward.
Oh, there was that time where he was like, am I human or am I dancer? I'm kidding. All right. So it looks like now we did this. That was good stuff. Next week, I like the next week cover.
Oh, I didn't see that one yet.
It goes, this cover was stolen.
Oh, that's great.
Ah, yes.
It kind of looked a little ahead. You could kind of see the previews of the picture on